Welcome everybody to another episode of Tech Trapper Live. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Oh, hold on. Gotta change my camera. Welcome everybody to another episode of Tech Trapper Live. I'm your host, Aaron Reed, and I am Sweetie-less again. Sweetie is flying the friendly skies, but she's in the chat. Hey, Sweetie, how you doing? I should have sent her the link so she could at least be on remotely, but she's flying, and I am home alone, left to my own devices, so no telling what I have going on. But I wanted to hop on tonight for another episode of Tech Trapper Live. So how you guys doing? Sharon, what's going on? How you doing today? Sharon, it is exciting times in e-ink. I had a show lined out where I wanted to look at the reMarkable Paer Pure and the Supernote Manta, and I wanted to look at them side by side just to compare them, not like a comparison to say which one is better. I just kind of wanted to look at them side by side and kind of go over like my use cases or my use case for e-ink and just how different they really are. You know, like what I can do with one that I can't do with the other. Or see which one has what native tools and which one doesn't. Kind of like just looking at the native tools that they both have, and comparing them, because I think they're similar tablets. I think, at least for my use case, how I use e-ink, I definitely can use both of them. I do have a preference, one over the other, but it's not. For me, it's not like one tablet is bad and the other one is good or anything like that. I plan to just look at the two different platforms and see kind of the differences and then see where they kind of cross over and intersect. But uh I don't know if I'm gonna get there tonight. What we got in chat? Oh, hi, sweetie. How you doing? Harlow is not with me, sweetie. Harlow is inside of her kennel, outside of the door. Harlow really doesn't fool with me like that. So we go outside. I let her play and roll around in the grass. I give her snacks, I feed her, I pet her, and then she does her own thing when you're not here. When you are here, that's when Clingy Puppy shows up and follows you everywhere you go. And then she starts to follow me everywhere I go. So, yeah. But we're going to pivot from that. We might still get to it. My Discord is making all kind of noise. Oh, it's me. That's nice. Um, so yeah, the first thing I wanted to talk about, first off, I'm a little jealous, guys. I'm gonna tell you why I'm a little jealous. I'm a little jealous because Sweetie, who flies the friendly skies, was in a place yesterday that allowed her to have dinner with the legendary She Ink. And I wasn't there because I chose not to get on the plane and go somewhere. So I'm definitely very jealous right now. So shout out to Sweetie and She Ink. They look like they had a lot of fun without me, and I'm so jealous. Mitchell, what's going on? What's going on, Mitchell? So before we get into all of my Supernote and reMarkable and WeWood's conversations, I need a haircut. We're going to talk about a video that I watched right before I got on live. It was a very great video, very informative content. So if you guys haven't checked it out already, go make sure you check out Ed over at Organized for Change. Him and Mitchell had a cool discussion about community development with the reMarkable mods and what he's doing with reManager, and of course the Supernote plugins and what Supernote is doing with their Ink Hub and their community-driven development software with the plugins. So make sure you guys definitely go check that out. Robert, what's going on? Okay. Yeah, definitely make sure you guys go check that out. Make sure y'all guys check that content out. It was a cool discussion. First off, I like these type of conversations amongst content creators, developers on YouTube when we're talking about the e-ink technology, because I am a e-ink enthusiast. I love e-ink a lot. I like using these tablets daily. And just to see two creators having a conversation about their respective platforms and what they like about them, and how they cross over, and it wasn't about which tablet is best. It was about what both platforms have to offer for potential users and current users. So it's really cool to see that. So go check that out. What I got from the video was both, reMarkable and Supernote, with both respective the mods for reMarkable and plugins for Supernote are offering a lot of cool extras, add-ons to their tablet that can help you be more productive. I think it's also important to note that both Supernote and reMarkable, without the mods or plugins, are great tablets to use. When I think about reMarkable, I started using reMarkable first. When I first started using reMarkable, I had no idea about modding my reMarkable. Like, I've heard of RM Fake Cloud, I heard of modding your reMarkable, but I wasn't interested in it at all. I enjoyed the tablets, and I still enjoy the tablets with the native software. And the only reason why I even tried reMarkable mods was because Mitchell would always talk about them in the Discord. And so when we did the live together and I put the mods on my Manta, yeah, I got real excited about it. And to be honest with you, before I even did the walkthrough with Mitchell, I didn't know. Hey, Dave, what's going on? Before I did the live with Mitchell, honestly, I was a little intimidated about actually trying to mod the tablet, because I don't have any background in, software development or anything like that. Like, I can take a computer apart and put it back together. I can do that part. But the software part, no, I don't know what I'm doing. I have zero clue. So I was nervous at first, but when I did the walkthrough with him and I realized how easy it was, um, that nervousness went away, and I was excited about using it. Plus, reManager is so easy to use. It's so easy and simple to use. And once you use reManager for the first time with your tablet, every time you go back in and you plug it up, it sees the tablet, and then you can just go in, and it's as simple as one click. You can add, you can remove, whatever you want to do. So what Mitchell has done over there with the reManager and all of that, and the other developers who contribute to it, is pretty cool. And the Supernote system looks cool too. The Supernote system looks cool too. I'm pretty sure once Ink Hub is out of beta, it's going to be easier to load those plugins. I'm pretty sure once the plugins are optimized for the software, they'll run faster. and it'll be a smoother process. But I liked a lot of the plugins that Ed showed, and I liked what they brought to the tablet that are just extras, you know. So yeah, that was cool. So you guys make sure y'all check that video out. I've released 2 videos, so I don't know if you guys want to check those out. And they were reMarkable related. One is going to be my first review of the reMarkable Paper Pro. So I put that out there, and I kind of changed up how I did the review a little bit. I don't know if you guys have noticed the changes, but it was I had fun making that video. I had fun making it. I think I'm going to do more of my videos in that style as well. And then I did a video just showing my mods for my reMarkable Paper Pure, kind of which mods I chose to use and how easy it is to use reManager. So go check those out if you guys want to or feel like it. Dave has some stuff out that he released a couple of days ago, so don't forget to check out Dave over at Tablet Tech. I like the resource that Dave made and Mitchell optimized, and they both those guys worked hard on that. I think it's cool. Like I'm gonna share that with some coworkers when I go to work tomorrow. They keep harassing me about which tablet they need to get. I'm gonna send them that resource, and I'm gonna say, hey, look, this is what you need to do. You need to go to David Tablet Tech's page on YouTube, and you need to just watch videos on the tablets that he has. And then as you're watching the videos, you can get an idea of which tablet is on this resource he's talking about. And then you can go in and kind of select what features and tools that you're looking for that you need. And then from there, you can make a decision on what you want, because they harass me like at least once or twice a day. I think some people come find me just to see what I'm using. So that's cool. But we're going to hop into what we got in chat. Oh. Well, thank you, Sharon. I'm far from a doctor. I only play one on TV. But we're gonna talk about, you know what? The first thing, since it's in front of me, the first thing we're gonna talk about is the AI paper. So I reached out to WeWoods. And I've reached out to WeWoods in the past, and we have done a couple of things. When they released that C1 ceramic styli, I reached out to them and said, hey, would you guys be willing to send me one over to test? So they sent the C1 ceramic out months and months and months ago. What we got in chat, Dave? Oh, okay, I updated the tool. Cool. Yes, add Dave's affiliate links. Add all of them, and you guys updated the. So Dave says they updated the resource as well. Mitchell saying they need to add Dave's affiliate links. Definitely add Dave's affiliate links. We can't have people using your resource and then you're not getting any credit for it. So definitely do that. What else we got? I'm so used to Sweetie reading my comments. Okay, so Mitchell was just telling us the tool got an update. Cool. Yeah, man, it's tough when Sweetie's normally here to read the comments. But yeah, so like I was saying, I reached out to WeWoods a couple of weeks ago, and I asked them if they would send me out the full size AI paper platform, or the full size AI paper tablet, which is going to be the 10.7 inch tablet that they have. Look how thin this thing is. And I know it's been out for a while. It's new to me. So shout out to WeWoods for sending this over. I'm excited to make some content to cover the platform. I've been using the AI Paper Mini for over a year and a half, and it's been a staple in my workflow, my rotation. I really like using the AI Paper Mini at work. It's the tablet that I kind of keep on my desk when I have it with me to do things like take notes. And I do more long format writing on the AI Paper Mini than I do on like the Move, or even when I had a Nomad that I was doing on a Nomad, because of the 8.2 inch size screen. more comfortable for me to do that long format writing. And excuse me, I had stopped carrying it for a while on a daily basis once I got the move in, because I was just um excited about reMarkable and the platform itself and how easy it was to use. And I was using the move at work more than I was using the AI Paper Mini. And after AI Paper's latest software update that brought a lot of functionality to the tablet in the Notes app with things I use, like an outline, headers that kind of work just like Supernote headers, to be honest with you. Oh, okay. I can't keep up with the chat. Oh, hey, She Inc., how you doing? Oh, okay, yeah. So I use the mini a lot at work. And once the update came out, I started carrying it more again. And to be honest with you guys, my daily carry today, right now, is the AI no, is the reMarkable Paper Pro and the reMarkable Paper Pure. And to be honest with you, this is gonna sound weird. The reason why I was carrying the mini was for quick notes. Thing fit in my pocket. I walk around, has a front light, so if I'm at work and I'm in a low light area, it's just super convenient to use. When I got the Pure, um, I started carrying the Paper Pro and the Pure, and I started leaving the mini at home, and that's huge for me because that thing was going everywhere. Now I still throw it in the bag um, when I remember to, but honestly, the Pure is always in my bag, and I take it to work. I use it a lot at work, and I also use the Paper Pro at work a lot as well because I like the size for annotating on those like PDF documents that I use at work, filling out a couple of forms that I use at work, and the color. So I have color and I have a front light. So I use the combination of those at work. But I started taking the mini as well. So I would have the mini in the bag as well. And to be honest with you, the mini would kind of sit on my desk as like a quick note taker, for work, and some other things. But I'm impressed with this AI paper, the full size, the 10.6 inch. So it's 10.6 inch, quarter 1300 screen, one of the whitest or brightest screens. I think it's the brightest, according to a lot of tests. Dave just put out that video where he showed us his whiteness test. So I'm super excited about this one. Don't pay my coffee any attention. It's just coffee, guys. It's no other things in there. So it's one of the whitest tablets. And we'll put a couple of tablets side by side with it so you guys can check out the whiteness on it. So we'll take a look at the Paper Pure so you guys can get an idea of it. So this is side by side with the Paper Pure. Now, hopefully the image isn't skewed. Right now, the AI paper is closer to my desk lamp, but both of these tablets are super white or bright, and they look amazing. Both of them are quarter 1300. Of course, the WeWoods is going to be 300 PPI, while the reMarkable is 226. So I've been impressed with it so far. I've been writing on it. It came in today. As soon as it came in, I unboxed it. I'm not gonna do an unboxing video because it's been out as long as it has. But I've been writing on this thing, and it's moved up my list as one of the preferred tablets that I actually like to write on. I was impressed with the writing, and I think it's because I was just expecting I was just expecting it to be just like the mini. I kind of forgot that it has a newer screen than the mini. I kind of forgot that it has a better writing surface than the mini. So I was super excited when I started using it. And honestly, it moved in front of the books devices when it comes to just my favorite writing feel tablets. So you guys know for me, reMarkable is at the top. And then from reMarkable, I go to the books writing feel, probably the Pen Star eNote, and then I would move to Supernote. But yeah, this has moved up to like second. I think I like the reMarkable tablets, and I put the reMarkable tablets as a whole in just like one. And then from there, I think my second best writing experience is going to be this AI paper, the full size. So we'll put it next to we'll throw this Manta in here, which has a good display. Of course, it's going to be darker, and that's going to be just due to the feel right, which I mean, the feel right is well, it's also going to be darker because it's underneath my tripod thingy, but whatever. It's gonna be darker because of the feel right too. But I mean, also the feel right too is a important piece of the screen experience or writing experience. So I mean, it is what it is. But it's not bad though. Like even though it's darker, it's pretty cool. So let's see. I'm pulling a kit, right? What are we looking at here, guys? I don't know. I just see other content creators do it, so I wanted to do it. I don't know. So yeah, it's a nice screen. I like the writing experience on it and writing feel. And it has, all the functionality of the AI Paper Mini. You guys know how I feel about the calendar app. I think it is one of the best calendar apps on e-ink. And I was even playing around with it earlier today. Let's see, I probably got some in here. What do I have in here? This is what I really like about it. This is what I really truly enjoy about the AI paper platform is that I can access to dos, tasks, all those things directly from the home screen. I don't have to necessarily go all the way into the calendar app to just see what I have going on. And so this is what would actually come in clutch for me at work. So I haven't synced my calendar to this one yet. And the only thing that I wish was available now is just multi-tablet sync. Um right now multi-tablet sync isn't available. So all of the information that I have on the AI Paper Mini, my events, to-dos, tasks, things like that were created on the platform, of course they don't sync over. So once they actually get multi-tablet device sync set up, I think this is going to be a top platform to compete with because they have two great tablets in two different size categories that work awesome. So I'm going to be taking this with me. I'm going to be using it at work for the rest of the week. I'm going to have some content coming out around the end of the week on just my first impressions and thoughts of this tablet. What we got in the chat? Yeah. Yeah, Mitchell, you're right. They should have had multi-tablet sync out already. But like I said, once they get multi-tablet sync out, the meeting notes doesn't bother me. I will use the meeting notes. I wish that you could file meeting notes. Well, that's the learning app. I wish that you could actually store your meeting notes. I wish you could actually I wish you could actually use your meeting notes directly. I wish I could save meeting notes within my paper app, or at least have a better file structure within meeting notes. Right now, all I can do is create a note and then it's just stored here. And if I add tags, the tags I can't add the same tags that I add in the paper app. I would have to name the tag the exact same name. So if I have a notebook or something like that, some information in the paper app that goes with my meeting note, that's the only way I can be able to pull them up together is give them both the exact same tag name. If I could do what I do with reMarkable or even Supernote and just save them all in one place, or take away the meeting notes like Dave has been saying for a long time. Take away the meeting notes and just put those meeting templates inside of the paper app and do away with the meeting notes. So that'd be a good thing as well. So we're gonna do some coverage on this tablet, and we will have some content out this weekend on it. I was playing around on the Tab XC and I realized something today about the calendar app. And I'll show you guys that right quick before we hop into our main conversation. So I didn't really realize this with the books platform until I just happened to be using the Tab XC. Okay. Now, this is what I didn't realize. When you go to your calendar, you go to your calendar settings, okay? I did realize that inside of your calendar settings, once you like set it up, it's gonna automatically give you a Onyx calendar. So it's automatically gonna give you an Onyx calendar. And if you look in the calendar settings, like let's say within Google, you'll see that you have an Onyx calendar. So if you want to send events from, if you want to schedule an event through your Google Calendar, you can schedule it directly with your Onyx calendar. I really didn't notice that. I mean, I figured that out once I started. But what I didn't notice is this, that A, you can have multiple calendars synced to your book's calendar. I didn't really realize that at first. I thought when you go in here and you add the calendar, I just thought you could choose from either one of these three, which is Google, Outlook, or CalDev. And you can have them linked, but if I wanted to use a particular one, I thought it was kind of like Supernote, where you only could have one linked showing events at once. And I don't know why I didn't realize this, because when I go to, or when you would go to your event creation and you go down here to choose which calendar, it kind of like defaults on Onyx calendar. That doesn't bother me because that Onyx calendar is syncing with my main Google calendar anyway. But what I didn't realize is that I can I can actually have all of these calendars syncing to my books calendar app, right? So my main calendar, which is 2530 media, but then I have like I added other calendars to that Google calendar. So I have one for my YouTube recording. So when I'm in Google and I want to make an event directly for my YouTube recording dates, I use the YouTube recording calendar. I do have a family calendar. I don't use it, but I have one, right? So if it's a family event, I could just throw it in there. But then I just loaded my other Google Calendar to see if it really works, which it does. And so I have that one here. So you can choose, and it's a totally separate Google Calendar. So it will work if I use like an Outlook calendar or if I use the Cal Dev calendar. And so these events here are from three different calendars, right? One event was just a test event. This one I pulled from that one, account, Google account that I normally don't use on the e-ink. And then the next one, oh, that's the same one. My bad. And so, this one right here is going to pull from my YouTube recording calendar that I have set up. And then, of course, this one right here is going to pull from my 2530 media calendar. So this calendar will pull from multiple calendars. If you have your Outlook calendar for work set up, it'll pull here. If you have your Google calendar set up, it'll also pull here. And if you have like the CalDev, which is cool. I didn't realize that until today. So I was kind of excited about that. Yeah, I don't know what that says. I hope it doesn't say anything horrible. Okay, cool. So yeah, I've been using this thing more than I've been using the Note Max. I didn't think I would use this more than the Note Max. I'm almost through with the first review of this tablet, but this tablet surprised me. I didn't think I would like it as much as I do and use it as much as I do, because I don't use the Note Max that much. It's a large tablet. It's kind of too large for how I like to use e-ink, but I use the Tab XE more than I use the Note Max, which is weird to me. So let's see what we got on our agenda. I wrote tonight's agenda on the AI paper. So now we're going to roll into our conversation about the reMarkable Paper Pure and the Supernote Manta. All right, that's the Paper Pure, and here is the Manta. So pretty much, I just have a list of. I kind of have a list of just features that are native on one tablet that you won't find on the other tablet. And it's in no particular order. And no, my reMarkable list isn't longer than my Supernote list. It's probably just the way I was writing between the two tablets. Um, I'm not really comparing like writing feel, hardware, things like that, because I feel that's a little subjective, you know? I think both of the tablets are constructed pretty good. Um, I know some people were saying that the physical hardware of the Supernote Manta seemed more sturdier than the Paper Pure and more premium than the Paper Pure. I don't agree with that. I think both tablets are designed pretty good. I happen to like the reMarkable Paper Pure's hardware a little bit more. This thing is super light. And that's another reason why I carry this thing more at work when I'm moving around, and I can leave the reMarkable Paper Pro Move in the bag because of how light this tablet is. It has this extra room on the left hand side, so I can one hand this thing and write. I don't feel like I'm gonna break it easily as well. With Supernote, yeah, I can one hand it, but I don't know. I don't like it. The auto rotate is cool. It's kind of slow though. So that's one thing we're gonna see. You guys see how that auto rotate is slow, and the main reason why I really can't use this a lot at work, I don't have pinch to zoom inside of the Notes app, so that's one thing that I don't have access to in the Notes app is the pinch to zoom. But look how fast this auto rotate is on the Paper Pure. It's like instant, no loading. It's pretty much instant. Oh, it did not. It did not. Oh, it did not turn. Oh, now it knows it turned. Yeah, it's pretty much instant. So that's one thing. And that's one thing I noticed when I was comparing these two side by side is just the speed of everything. The Paper Pure is just faster than the Supernote Manta. Oh, I must miss the swipe there. So that's one thing I noticed that the Paper Pure is just faster. Oh, it's on the first page. Cool. And so I'll look at kind of like the differences between the two. So, we'll look at Supernote first. So what Supernote has native that the Paper Pure or reMarkable doesn't have, of course, you're going to get the headings, or you're going to get indexing. So you get indexing native with the Supernote Manta, and that's going to give you your headers, your keywords, and your star marks, which are pretty convenient, pretty cool to use. I can't use the star marks because for some reason I can't write a star. What we got in chat? Oh, it's Voya Loves 4.1. Uh, so he says Kids Top 10 is what? Oh, basically, Kids Top 10 is basically, so you wrote that comment. I saw that. So Kids Top 10 is basically Moses split the Red Sea. So basically saying that Kids Top 10 is always going to be the Manta, which, yeah, it is. No matter what tablet comes out, at the end of the day, number one is going to be the Manta. But he never puts that thing side by side with other tablets. But yeah, it's cool. It's cool. People like what you like. And Kid always does say that any one of the tablets on his top 10 list could arguably be number one for anyone. And, that's the same with, my list when I make them. It's a lot of it is subjective because it's going by what I like, um, or how I use e ink. Let's put it that way. But so Supernote does have that indexing. Supernote is going to give you the star marks, the headers, and the keywords. I just can't draw a star to utilize the star marks, but I do think that that's a good tool. Something else that Supernote is going to give you natively is going to be links. So you have links natively that we don't have on reMarkable. And of course, you have third party apps. Now, you don't have the Google Play Store on Supernote. However, you have a Play Store like experience with loading the Aurora Store. Now, I personally didn't do it because I watched a couple of videos on how to get that Aurora Store on tablet. And to be honest with you, I'm not going to go through those steps because I don't need third party apps that bad to have to go through the side loading process. For some, the digest. So the digest is something that Supernote has, and it's a great tool to use on tablet for your researching, your category, you're categorizing some things, some information that you have. How I use e-ink and how the digest currently works, and we can take a look at that digest right quick. But how it currently works, I'm not a fan of it because what's cool is you have categories that you can put things in, right? So I have these different categories I can throw things in, and once you hop into this digest, you have this room here to take notes, right? Which is cool. Um and you have, some space to scroll down if you need to. I feel like the only time the digest truly is going to be useful for at least me, how I would use it, would be if I'm just totally working within the digest. If I want to integrate that digest with some notes, that's when the digest to me gets a little clunky trying to insert the digest with notes. Because if you have a lot of writing um, in the digest, it's weird. Um, I don't even know if I want to see. No, that's stickers. I don't want stickers. Where's my insert button? I can't see. I'm at a weird angle. I'll show you guys later. But yeah, it gets clunky when you're trying to insert the digest in there. What she eating says, really need RM to have a calendar. See, she ink. I don't. I don't think I need a calendar. So I really don't need a calendar app on my e-ink tablets. The only calendar app that I truly enjoy using on e-ink is going to be the AI paper. Um, Books' calendar app is pretty cool. It is. But as long as I have this feature with reMarkable, where I can actually pull this meeting note, this is what matters the most to me. Being able to go select a meeting that I'm going into, and boom, I have that meeting note there, and I can just start, taking notes. This is what I use calendars for the most, is to just go in there and start taking notes and have them associated with a date. So as long as I have that going on, I'm good. What's going on? What's going on? Nice to see you, Miss Sherry. So yeah, as long as I can do that on my e-ink, like I'm cool. I'm cool to be able to hop in there and do that. So um the third party apps, if you want to load the if you want to go on there and you want to load those third party apps with the Aurora store, then that'll be a good plus for you. Now, a couple of things I don't use on Supernote, but Supernote has, so I'm going to go ahead and talk about it. And I'm probably missing some things on both these platforms. But like another thing that's cool about Supernote that they have that reMarkable doesn't, for some people, is just going to be a drawing app. They have the Atelier drawing app. I have never used it. I don't draw. Um, and I've seen demos of people drawing on Supernote, real artists drawing, and they're like, yeah, it's better drawing tools in the Notes app than the actual drawing app. But then it's weird because the actual drawing app has pinch to zoom, but your Notes app doesn't have pinch to zoom. But it has a drawing app if that's your thing. Also, the Wacom controller. Your Supernote Manta or Nomad can be synced to your computer or tethered to your computer, and you can use this thing as a Wacom controller or drawing app. Or drawing tablet, which, excuse me, that'd be cool for some people if they want to use it that way. I know there are a couple of different applications in using it either as a drawing app, or maybe if you're rolling some PowerPoints in a meeting and you use it as a pointer or something else like that. That's cool as well. Oh, okay. Um, that's cool to know. But I would rather just use if it's me, if it's me, I would rather just share my tablet with whatever screen I'm on. I know there are different applications I could roll with just using this as a Wacom controller, but I have zero need for a Wacom controller at this point in my life. Because if I was an artist and I needed a Wacom controller or a drawing tablet, I would go buy a legit drawing tablet. So that's me. But I don't know. Um, Something else that Supernote has is going to be a native calendar. So, like I said, that native calendar is a plus, and this native calendar is a good calendar as well. And it allows you to do a couple of things that not the reMarkable that, well, of course, reMarkable doesn't have one, but it allows you to do a couple of things that even your Books tablet can't do. Like you can write on the, what I just do. I didn't want to touch that. Go back. I don't want to talk to you either. Okay. You can actually write on the date, and it has like day view, it has week view as well. Um, and it has day view, but the weird thing is you can't write on the day view, so they need to change that. I would definitely love to write on the day view, but they don't have the day view. Now with Supernote, like I said, you only can have one calendar synced to your tablet opposed to multiple calendars synced to your tablet. But hey, it's still a good tab. It's still a good native calendar app. And then from there, what else do we have? So Supernote has line snapping. They don't have smart shapes, but they do have line snapping. So they don't have the smart shapes, but they do have line snapping. So that's a plus. I think it has email access. So I think there's an actual spot on here where I can like add my email to it. I don't use e-ink tablets like that. I think some people do. I'll rather just go to the Google Play Store, roll with with the Gmail app, and I use it that way. That's how I use the Tab XC. That's the Tab XC is honestly the only e-ink tablet that I have that has access to the Google Play Store that I truly load third party apps on my tablet with. So some other pluses that this tablet has, it has the third party apps. So of course, it allows you to add your readers on there. So like I have the Kindle app on mine, um, which I think it comes loaded with the Kindle app on here anyway. I don't even remember. Yeah, I know it does because I didn't do that whole Aurora store thing for third party apps. Okay, so yeah, you can't see. That's what I thought, Sharon. I don't do it because I rather just use, like I said, the Gmail app that I use on the Tab XC, and I'll show you guys how I'm using the Tab XC when I release that video and show you guys how I'm using it. Now I'm sure I'm probably missed some features that Supernote has natively that are value adds that I didn't um, bring up, and I also didn't bring up some of the tools inside the Notes app that kind of cross over with Supernote, because I mean a lot of this stuff Supernote has. I mean, from renaming your page to being able to choose which page you want as your cover of the notebook. We talked about inserting links, something we don't have. We talked about the keywords, which is something reMarkable doesn't have. Um, of course, you can insert pages wherever you want to. reMarkable does that as well. Also, deleting pages. Um, Copying pages, you can do it as well. Of course, reMarkable has the search. That's just preferences and settings, and then reMarkable doesn't really have gestures like that. I historically hate gestures, right? So that's one of the things I don't like about Supernote, but they're not bad. And I mean, from there, with all of these tools, Supernote has layers. I mean, reMarkable has layers. They have multi-page view. They have the share buttons and all of that stuff. The one thing that you can do here, I mean, you have stickers that you can add through the ink hub, but I can get a sticker pack and use that. I have a sticker pack here for RM that I got off of Etsy. So, you know, no, it's not native, but yes, there's a way for me to add stickers, right? Oh no, we don't look at that. No, that's personal information, guys. Oh yeah. I forgot to do. The to do app is something that Supernote has natively, which I forgot. And I'm gonna tell you guys why I forgot. I forgot because reMarkable doesn't have a to do app, but I use reMarkable for my to dos. And how I use reMarkable for my to dos, I actually made some content about this. So I go here and then to my share options, right? And then I go to the convert and share. And so when I'm in convert and share, I get my QR code. Once I scan my QR code, I send that information directly to my Apple reminders. And that's how I use the RM for for to dos. So that's why I forgot that they didn't have a to do app because I use it so much like that for to dos that I almost thought it was a to do app, right? Um, Another thing that RM doesn't have natively is going to be, you know what? I don't think Supernote has timestamps natively. Matter of fact, they don't. No, they don't. They have a plugin for it, but they don't have. No, Supernote doesn't have native timestamps. Okay, cool. So that is, the Supernote platform. And then when I look at reMarkable and how I use reMarkable, so some things that reMarkable has that Supernote doesn't have. So yeah, that first thing is going to be like the smart shares, which is I'm sorry, smart shapes. So RM does have the smart shapes. Supernote has line snapping, so it's almost the same thing. I guess you could say that. Um, Something else reMarkable has, which is pretty recent, is going to be image insertion. Now, image insertion is done via the partner app, but you can also copy. Like reMarkable handles images differently now of recent. So with the recent updates, you can grab images that you have on tablet and move them wherever you want to. But image insertion is something that they have that's run through the partner app, which I like it that way because the majority of the time, especially with books, um, like books, like Pinstar platform, even the AI paper platform, when it comes to image insertion, a lot of times I would have to bring those images on tablet first anyway. And those images are normally coming from my computer. Well, actually, they're always coming from my computer. So the fact that I can just be on my computer, open up my note, slide in that image into the note, it's faster for one. And then once that image syncs with the tablet, which is in seconds, I can just manipulate it however I want to. And that's cool. And that's a plus for me with how I use my e-ink tablets, right? Um, the, the next thing that they have is the push to, so it's like read on reMarkable, which is something they have. And I think Supernote does this natively now. I don't think they've always done it natively, and I know there was a plugin created for it. I'm assuming that Supernote actually has something that's their official native software that does that whole like read on Supernote type of situation now. I don't think that that's the plugin that Ed was talking about. So I'll double check with that. But I think Supernote does that natively now. And that's just you being able to pull information. Like if you're looking at a website on the web, you can push that thing to your tablet. I know you can't use Safari. So when I'm at home, I had to load the Google browser on my computer because I use Apple and I'm cool with Safari. But when I'm at home, I have to run that through Google, um, like Google Chrome. At work, it's fine because Google Chrome is there. But um, I have to use Safari. I think it's another one you can use as well. So, what reMarkable has native that Supernote doesn't is going to be the ability to have color pen selections on your black and white tablet. So when you go here, you'll see that I have black, I have gray, I have white, but I also have the addition of blue and red. When we check out Supernote over here, we don't have that. So we have what, black, dark gray, light gray, and then we have white. So you don't have any color selection. Now I know if you're annotating like in a PDF, when you export that out, I know you can export Firefox. Okay, that's the other one, Sharon. Cool, thank you, Firefox. I didn't know people still use Firefox. Like I didn't know that was still a thing. Um, I know when you're exporting PDFs off of Supernote, you have the ability to export like blue. I think it's blue and something else. Uh, oh, okay. So Mitchell says in this next update, 3.3.28, I'm going to get all the colors. Okay. So in 3.28, I'm going to get access to all the colors, not just blue and red. Cool, cool. That's good to know. I'm excited about that. Yeah, with your Supernote, if you export a PDF off, then you have the opportunity to choose a color like red or blue, I think. Um, let's see what else we got. So meeting notes. We don't have a calendar app on reMarkable, but we do have the meeting notes that is integrated with your calendars. So it's pulling your events that you have created inside of your calendar, and they're popping up on tablet, as a meeting note, which, like I said, that's cool. That's what I like to that's really what I use most. And see, this is the other cool thing about it. Once that meeting is pulled up, the note is already tied to it. So every time I go here, so let's say if I say, like that's my morning huddle meeting. So I know I go here. I know that's going to be happening in the morning. And so I know I want to write some information down. I can write information down here, boom, and then I'm through, right? And right before I step into that meeting, I can just quickly go here instead of going through all of my instead of going through my folder or my filing situation. I just tap that, and then I'm in the meeting, and whatever meeting prep that I've already done is going to be here because it's going to continue to just open up that that meeting note that we created. So it really just depends on your preference of what you like most. I like the meeting note. Now, with Supernote, you can associate a notebook with a date for a meeting, but you can't do it in the future. So you would have to do it on the day of. So I would have to wait till tomorrow to create that note and tie it to that date. So we got meeting notes. Something else reMarkable has that I don't think Supernote does natively. Hmm. Is the convert and share. Now I don't think Supernote has anything that's like the convert and share, because essentially what convert and share is doing is taking your note, it's OCRing it, creating a link that you can share that link with whoever you want to, and whoever has access to that link can select that link, and they'll see the note. They'll see both the OCR or text conversion of the note. They'll see the actual handwritten note that's attached to it. And they use AI to give it a summarized title of what the note is about. So whatever content is in there that it's about, you're gonna get like a summarized heading for that note. Oh, you think reoccurring meetings will let you use the same note? But that's a reoccurring meeting though, Mitchell. And every time that meeting pops up, it's a fresh note. Because that's a reoccurring meeting. Um, let's see. Because when I go to my calendar, yeah, so that's a reoccurring meeting. Yep. My morning huddle is going to be a reoccurring meeting on work days. So that morning huddle is recurring. Yeah. But I'll check on it. I'll double check. So I'll check tomorrow, the day after, and the day after. So the next one is Infinite Scroll. reMarkable has Infinite Scroll. I use the Infinite Scroll on the Paper Pure. I don't use it on the Paper Pro, and I use the Infinite Scroll on the Move. I don't think I use Infinite Scroll on the RM2. Like I can't cut it off on a reMarkable 2, but I don't use it on a reMarkable 2. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, cool, cool, cool. I see, Mitchell. Um, so yeah, we have infinite scroll here within the Notes app. And of course, like I said earlier, we do have pinch to zoom on our reMarkable tablets. And I'm pretty sure, like I said, I'm pretty sure I'm missing some things between the two tablets. I really didn't bring hardware up to play. And the other thing I didn't bring is UI. I think both tablets have great UI. So it really depends on what your personal preference is. Some people will tell you that they like Supernote for this quick access menu. And this is a very convenient menu. It is. It lets you pin it up to 8 things for quick access to jump around in and out of things that you know you're going to be using for that day or for that week, right? And then you have access to the other sections of your tablet. It's a cool thing. I think the quick access menu is really just Supernote's version of a home screen that has a quick access menu here. It's similar to books and the Go line because the Go line on books has a slightly different UI than the Note series. So your Go series on books doesn't really have a true home screen. So when you go back to home, you can customize what you want to pop up first and how you navigate that information. This is just Supernote's version of a home screen on a tablet that doesn't have a true home screen. Um, but I can get to my just like this has a quick access menu. Look, I can swipe down on my reMarkable. I hit the button at the same time. When I swipe down on my reMarkable, I can get to my recents just like I can here, and I can get to my favorites just like I can there. Um, if I'm inside of a note, the only thing I can't do from reMarkable that I can do from here is I can create a new note from this screen while I'm in another notebook. But I mean, yeah, as quickly as I can hit new note, I can just bag out and then hit new note. So, like, it's really, yeah, it's a couple of steps, but it's not, it's okay. So it's one extra step. I don't think that that's a big deal, at least for me. I know some people have their preference, right? Um, but I don't think that that's a positive or a negative, and I don't think it makes one tablet more usable than the other. When it comes to, like I said, hardware, this is going to be 10.7 inches. This is 10.3 inches. I don't think that the 10.6 inches. I don't think that the 10.6 inch tablet is a big enough difference when we are comparing it. And I felt this way with the book's 10.3 because, I always would ask, how come you guys never compare the Manta to the 10.3 side by side? And one of the things that was brought up was, well, they're in two different screen sizes, right? One is 10.6 and the other 10.3. It's not comparing apples to apples, but these same creators will then compare the Supernote Manta to the Note Air 5C, which is 10.3, and it's a color tablet. That's not apples to apples. Or they will put it next to the reMarkable Paper Pure now that it's out. And I think they do that because they know the Manta has more native tools than your reMarkable tablet, which honestly, I don't. Now that I've been using reMarkable for over 8 months, I don't really buy into the reMarkable is limited thing. Like it's just a different experience. It's a different setup with UI. It doesn't have all the tools that you get from Supernote or books, but you could kind of say Supernote is limited when you compare it to what books can do. You know, the Penstar eNote has tools available in the Notes app that Supernote doesn't have. So, all of these tablets have their unique way to allow you to use e-ink. And it's hard for me to say, this tablet is number one because of this one thing, because of the digest, or because of infinite scroll, or because of you know a native notes app. I think I think you as the user have to figure out what's most important to you. And once you figure out what's most important to you, then that's going to determine what that top tablet is. But as a reviewer, if I just got to pick a top tablet and not have my bias of what I really want to use, yeah, I'm probably picking books is probably going to be the top tablet because you can do anything with it. You just have to figure out the UI. What we got, Jack? It's the same size class, and that's what I'm saying. Now, when you say something like this, when you take, now I can agree with this. So when you take something like the Paper Pro, and then you put it next to a 10.3, that's could be considered a different size class. And even when you take the 10.7 inch and you put it next to the Paper Pro, I can see that being a different size class. I can see you looping the size class of the Paper Pro almost in like the same size class as like the Note Max or the Tab XC. This thing is, the other piece with this Tab XC nonsense. This tablet is just too damn big. Pause. I can't. I'm not. I don't know how Jay ran around with this Note Max in his bag. So even this is almost like two separate size classes, right? But you get away with comparing these two over not saying, the 10.3 and 10.6-7 is, not the same size category. I think if you put I think when you start really comparing like the Manta to other platforms side by side, you're gonna see. I don't think it's really as far ahead as some people say. Even the writing feel, honestly, for me, the writing feel for the Manta is like fifth on my list. But a lot of that has to do with I don't like the sponginess of the feel right too. I will admit that when it comes to a writing experience on a tablet, Supernote is top tier. And to be honest with you, like my top 5 tablets of writing experience, I might prefer one over the other, but they're all excellent. So you really couldn't go wrong with either one you choose. What we got in chat? Paper Pro is legal size. Yeah, you're correct. You're correct. Voya loves 4.1. He says, wouldn't the Kindle Scribe be on uh would the Kindle Scribe be in its own category? So you would be able to throw the Kindle Scribe and the reMarkable Paper Pro, I think, in the same category. I don't have Sweetie has her paper. I'm sorry. Yeah, she does have her Paper Pure. Sweetie has her Kindle Scribe with her, but the Kindle Scribe I think is like 11.2, and then the Paper Pro is like 11.8. So when you put those things side by side, the Paper Pro looks larger, but it's definitely within the same size category with that. So even with the Kindle Scribe, I probably would put that in a different size category, even though, that 10.6 inch is closer to that 11.2 than the 11.8. But I think, when you look at and even the hardware with Supernote, a lot of the advantages that some people will talk about when it comes to the Supernote, like there are things about hardware wise I don't like. I don't like to have folio. I don't even like to have folio on Pinstar. I don't like to have folio. Some people don't like the fact that there is not a folio or a traditional folio and it's a sleeve. I actually like the sleeve for this thing. When it comes to modularity, they give extra ratings to Supernote because of modularity, which I'm on the fence when it comes to modularity. It's good. So I'm not modularity and the ability to repair your tablet. It's those are great features, right? But right now, today, June 30th, 2026, there's not one advantage that Supernote has given us when it comes to modularity over any other tablet. Um, Now, repairability, maybe because I have access to the back, but uh, right now, I think Supernote and the Paper Pure are the only tablets that you truly can remove the back plate if you need to replace something. I wouldn't do it. I'll take apart a computer. I'm not taking apart my Paper Pure because I'm gonna be mad if I break it, right? And I wouldn't take apart the Manta either. I'm gonna be mad if I break that too. What we got in chat? Yeah, I agree. 7 to 8, 10 to 11, 11 to 13. I agree with that. I definitely agree with that, Mitchell. And yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like I can't do anything. Right. I can't do anything with the modularity with Superno right now. The only thing that I can even do is buy a battery. So okay, I'll take. Well, yeah, the only thing I can do is buy a battery, and I can't buy a battery today because they're sold out. Right. Um, if my screen goes out, if I break my screen, I guess technically you can buy a screen because I saw them when the Manta first came out. I saw them online, but it's weird. You gotta like give them the serial number. You gotta send the broke screen in first before you get the other screen in. I think it's something weird like that. But you know, when the Manta first came out, a couple of people broke their screens, and they still have to send the entire tablet back to Rata to get a new screen, right? And just when it comes to the modularity, I can't do anything with the modularity. There's no SoC that's out. And when I look at the batteries being sold out, let's say if this new SoC comes out tomorrow, like how long will they be in stock? That's one. How much will they actually cost? You know, the tablet itself, this tablet just by itself is 505, right? I can't imagine a SoC for this tablet being any cheaper than 300, 325. I also don't see a SoC being released without a new tablet being released. I don't see them just releasing a new SoC without a new tablet coming out. So I'm pretty sure that, once that new tablet comes out, which is probably the 13.3 inch size tablet that a lot of Supernote users or the Supernote community wants to come out, it's probably when the SoC comes out. So I hear a lot of them. I hear a lot of them when they compare it to it, like the promise of modularity, the promise of repairability. None of this stuff is available now. So if I'm buying the tablet based off the promise of that, when are we gonna get it? I'm like Mitchell said in the video, I'm gonna buy the tech for what it does for me now, not for what they're promising down the line, because it's not even on the roadmap. You know, same thing with I fly with WeWoods. If you need multi-tablet sync and you have multiple AI paper tablets, or you want multiple AI paper tablets, or you're looking for a platform with multiple tablets and you need multi-tablet sync, I wouldn't buy the AI paper tablets today because they don't have multi-tablet sync, and we don't know when you're going to get multi-tablet sync. Um, it's the same with any platform, honestly. But that's how I look at it. But all that being said, both of these platforms are great platforms, and the added bonus that both Supernote and reMarkable are the two platforms that I can now go hit up community development or community develop softwares, and I can add that functionality to the tablet how I need it a la carte. That's just a plus as well. Mitchell said something else that was cool in the video. He said, "Don't don't go out and buy one of these tablets based off of what you can do to it when you get community plugins. So, if you don't go make your purchase of Supernote or reMarkable solely based off of, I'm going to go add this plugin or add this mod, because you don't know how long that plugin or mod is going to be available. Um, I bought, and I think I said this earlier. I invested in reMarkable because I liked reMarkable how the native software was. If none of my mods work on this tablet by the time I get off this live, I'm still cool with using the tablet because I enjoy the native software. Uh, let's see. Javier, what's going on? So you don't think the Manta would release? Okay, you don't think the Manta is going to release updates anytime soon? Ooh. So you don't think they'll release any? You don't think they'll release anything anytime soon with the RM prices being what they are? If the Manta's 505 just for the tablet, I mean out the door tablet half folio in Styli, you're probably pushing 625, 650, right? If the Manta 650 out the door, I can imagine that the 13.3 inch tablet is going to be over 700, which I want to say, dang, I want to say the Note Max is cheaper than the Manta. I know the XC is pushing 800, right? But I think the Note Max is around the same price. I think you get a Note Max for around the same price of a Manta or a little bit like $40 more. Now, reMarkable Paper Pro can push you into the $700 category if you're getting like the folio. reMarkables are expensive. Outside of the Paper Pure, I will admit, reMarkable's kind of pricey. The Paper Pure is the first reMarkable that wasn't that pricey. What Mitchell said. Oh, but you can buy a battery. Let's see. It's going to be interesting to see because in there. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, Mitchell. I don't know if, and see, I would assume, yeah, the Note Max is 630. Okay, I know it was six something, and I think that price, and I think some of those prices depends on which bundle you get. So yeah, if you're getting if you're getting the keyboard folio, I think that keyboard folio for not Supernote for books is like 199 or like two something. So that keyboard folio is like an extra $200. But yeah, you can get. I think like Mitchell said, I think when I was looking online, you can get like a Paper Pro regular marker around that price point Mitchell just posted. But yeah, I don't know, man. Uh, I think both tablets cool. So I think you just pick the tablet you want. I'm looking at like three different platforms on my desk: the AI Paper platform, the Manta, reMarkable. I got books over here, and I honestly, if I had to pick a number one tablet just based off of, I have a number one tablet for my use case and my preference, right? But if you had to tell me to make a list 1 through 5, which one is number one? I don't know. It'll probably change every time I make the list. Um, Personal preference is going to be reMarkable today. If you would have asked me this 6 months ago, it would have been books. Um, I kind of rated on which tablet I'm going to pick up and use. And to be honest with you, the Supernote Manta I don't use it a lot, to be honest with you, because I like how reMarkable does reMarkable things. And for the really multi workflow stuff, I use books for. And for me, Supernote doesn't do either one of those processes that books or reMarkable does better. And honestly, this full size AI paper tablet right now is nice. So I'm gonna test it out the next week and a half for work, and I'm gonna see how functional it is. But right now, I'm enjoying this thing. Definitely, like writing on the full size AI paper more than I like writing on the Manta, more than I like writing on the books tablets, more than I like writing on the Penstar tablets, um, more than I like writing on the Kindle tablets. But like I said, that writing experience is great across all these platforms. I don't have a tablet in this house that has a bad writing experience except for the Go 7 and maybe the Moby Scribe Wave. But I did realize something as I was writing on the um, AI paper. The only thing that I miss now that I'm using a lot of active Stylite Pentec tablets is my Lamy AL Star. This is the only thing I miss from that whole active situation. I just need Lamy to make an active Stylite. Please, Lamy, if you're listening, make an active Stylite, please. Like, you don't even have to create anything new. Well, you probably do. Just create one. You have one for Apple. Just make one for Android tablets. Yeah, Mitchell, the Pen Star eNote, the Pen Star doesn't have touch. It has like 8 programmable buttons, but let me tell you about the Pen Star. I don't have a Pen Star tablet in house right now. I'm working on getting another one, but the Pen Star eNote 1 and the Pen Star eNote 2, they are awesome tablets. And I think they're underrated. I don't think they get enough attention from reviewers in the community. I didn't even do I haven't given Penstar enough attention myself. I only made 3, maybe 4 Penstar reviews. Now Dave over at Tablet Tech and Broad Rants About Tech, they are the ones who really made a lot of Penstar content. The eNote 1 and eNote 2 to me are great tablets, and they pushed the line to honestly rival reMarkable, um, rival. I'm not gonna say the AI paper. I probably would put the AI paper over Penstar. If you're just going by pure tools and functionality, you might be able to put the Penstar over reMarkable because Penstar does have a native calendar app that works pretty good. It doesn't sync with any calendars, but it works good. You have image insertion, you have split screen, you have smart shapes. It has a good partner app that you actually, if you have an iPad, and this is what I want to know. So the partner app with Penstar, when you have it loaded on your iPad, not only can you create a note with the partner app, but you actually can handwrite in that created note with your partner app that's on iPad and then switch to the tablet and continue writing. I don't know if that would work on how I roll with like the reMarkable Partner app, where I have the reMarkable Partner app on my books devices. So I would want to see that. I don't know why. Like maybe I'm the only weirdo who uses partner apps like that, but Penstar is an awesome partner app too. You can do a lot of stuff. You can associate notebooks with future dates with Penstar, something you can't do with Supernote. Like Penstar is a good tablet. It's one of the widest or brightest screens, and the writing feel is good as well. And it doesn't have that touch layer, it doesn't have a front light, so it's like pen on paper close. Um, but no, Mitchell, it's not touch. You have to use the pens. And honestly, the pen only input is cool. Like I thought I wasn't gonna like it at first, but that pen only input, you really stay in flow with what you're doing. And the UI is easy to navigate as well. Image quality depends on, it's not as good as like reMarkable. I don't think it's as good as books. I don't think it's as good as Supernote, but it's a good tablet. Oh, the who? Oh, I don't. The Go. Oh, the Go 6. Ed has a Go 6, and Dave over at Tablet Tech has a Go 6. But that's the thing, though, Mitchell. That Pen Star wasn't always 430. So when I bought, so when I got my 10.3, when I got my 10.3 Gen 1, I paid like 380 for that thing. So the 10.3 Gen 1 was like 380. Pen Star was around the same price. The Pen Star eNote 1 was around that 380 price point, along with the Books Go 10.3 was 380. Um, and I actually think when the eNote 2 originally came out, I think it was like 420. But I've seen it on Amazon for like 415. And I don't know when the eNote 2 went up. And I might be wrong because I know Dave bought the Penstar eNote 2 when it released. So he probably has a better idea of how much that thing costs. I could have sworn I saw it online for like 400. And then it creeped up to this 430 situation. But Mitchell, that thing is ultra thin, no front light, no touch layer. And it sounds crappy, but once you start using that thing with pen only input and you got your programmable buttons on the side, no, it's a good tablet. Like it's one of the tablets that I said if I had to only pick one platform and you told me I couldn't pick books, I probably would go grab a Penstar, because it's gonna allow me to do a lot of things I do with books. It has a table of contents as well. It's gonna allow me to do, and it has tagging as well. I think I don't remember. It might not have tags, but it's gonna allow me. It allows me to do a lot of things that I do with books that I can't do with Supernote. Um, yeah, so it's a good tablet. It's not as bad as it sounds when you say it out loud. So guys, thank you for hanging out with me today with a Sweetie List live. So moving forward, let's see. My schedule is changing as of June 1st, which is tomorrow. So this will probably be the last weekday afternoon live because starting tomorrow, I'm gonna be at work. And I know y'all not gonna want to hop on live when I get home from work because it's gonna be like a midnight live. Mitchell, it thing is, it's not okay. It's thin, Mitchell. It feels thin in my hand. Okay, all right. Pause. If you say it's 5.8, so how thin is? Well, nothing is thinner than this AI paper platform thing. Mitchell, it's thin. Okay. Make sure you're not looking at the Pinstar Pro seat. Now, I don't like that. That whole color Pinstar Pro seat, I don't like that. It's not that it's a bad tablet. It's just weird. I don't like it. I don't like that one at all. But yeah, moving forward, we're definitely gonna do Saturday night lives. I might do Saturday and Sunday, or just Saturday or Sunday. I don't know. Um, I'm probably going to do a daytime/morning live once every 2 weeks. So depending on if our favorite e-ink reviewer comes back anytime soon with his morning lives, um, if he doesn't, I'm gonna do like a morning live once every 2 weeks, but it's gonna be a legit, dedicated, purposeful. I can't be having spicy lives in the middle of people's work days. But then I'm also gonna make sure that I do lives on Saturdays. I probably would do a couple of lives if I might do a couple of lives. The whole reason why I'm moving my work schedule is so I can travel a little bit more easier. Um, so depending on where I'm at, I'm always going to have the camera with me and the computer, so I might go live somewhere. Um, I She Inc. From what I saw from Dave, Kit, and Ed, it looks like the writing experience on the Go 6 is good. And if it's anything like the 10.3 Lumi and the Palma 2 Pro, it's a lot better than the Go 7. And it's probably more than usable. It's probably pretty good. Um, I'm putting out my Palma 2 Pro review this weekend as well. And I don't know what to do with it. Sweetie's been using it more than me. Sweetie's been using the Palma 2 Pro as a legit like reader. Um, I I wrote on it. It's cool. Like it's a cool device to have, right? Um, I just I don't have a use case for the Palma 2 Pro. Now, as a reader, it's cool, and I will say that I'm actually gonna take it to work with me tomorrow because what I have done is I have my Kindle account on there, I have my Audible account on there, and I've been using it lately for my Audible books, and it's better for me to use the Palma 2 Pro with Audible in my AirPods or my headphones opposed to draining my phone battery all day listening to Audible. So it's definitely good for that. It's definitely good to roll with Audible, to be able to roll with your Kindle app or your preferred reading app. Now, I will say with the software update and the changes to the calendar, it's really resourceful in that way because now I have access to all of my notes that are on tablet with my books platform. And I can also create events from notes. So if I'm somewhere and I jot down a quick note, I have to be somewhere on July 15th at 10 a.m. I can create that event directly from that tablet, from that, Palma 2 Pro. So that's a good use case for it. That's probably the extent of the writing that I would ever do on that tablet is a bunch of quick notes and creating events in the calendar app. I'll use it for like Discord and Reddit, and then of course, I'll use it for um things like Audible, things like Kindle reading, things like that. I wouldn't use it for anything else. But the Go 6 does look like it's a cool little note taker. It's probably just too small for me because the Go 7 is too small for me. So if the Go 7 is too small for me, I didn't expect the Palma 2 Pro to be a great writer for me. I would assume the Go 6 isn't any different. I wish the reMarkable Paper Pure had Audible, man. And you know what? See, I don't even want a full, I don't need an App Store experience on my e-ink. I need it on the Tab XE though. That's what I do need it on. Man, if the reMarkable Paper Pure or for reMarkable period, just give me a Kindle app. Give me Kindle with the availability to have Audible. If I had Kindle and Audible, I don't even need the speakers. Let me hook up my headphones. I'm good. Yes, Kindle or Kobo. And see, I don't use Kobo. I'm gonna start dabbling in Kobo. The only reason why me and Swede don't use Kobo, we use Kindle, is because we have Kindle Unlimited, and Sweetie utilizes Kindle Unlimited. So we get our money's worth out of Kindle Unlimited. I tell you that much. You know what? I believe you too. And I feel like reMarkable will never have a Kindle on their tablet. Not because, and I mean, you probably know more than me when it comes to software and things like that. Not because they can't. I just feel like reMarkable and Amazon are like mortal enemies. I feel like they are. I feel like if a Kindle Scribe ran up on a reMarkable Paper Pro in a back alley, um, they would have a fight. And I don't know which platform would win because the Kindle Scribe can go get like little small Kindle e-readers to jump, but reMarkable Paper Pro has like the reMarkable 2. Now the Paper Pure then has like the move. I don't know. It's more Kindles than reMarkables. I just feel like they're mortal enemies though. And I really just did have a cartoon play out in my head of a reMarkable Paper Pro and a Kindle Scribe Color Soft boxing in the back alley. That's how vivid my imagination is. You know what upsets me about Kindle? And then I'm going to get off live because I have to wash my work clothes because Sweetie's not here. The Kindle Scribe annoys me, and this is why. And you know what? Oh, I put the camera up already. Is it still on? Yeah, it's still on. I'm finna show y'all what truly annoys me about Kindle. And I think they did this on purpose just to annoy people, right? Because this makes entirely no sense. And I can show you guys this I'm gonna show you on my books tablet because that sucks, Aaron. You wanna know why that sucks? Hold on. Mitchell, I think I like the ink sense on reMarkable Paper Pure and Paper Pro better than the actual Paper Pro pen. It's not like the Paper Pro pen is trash though. I just like it better than the actual Paper Pro pen. I think it's the nib that I like better. Oh, sweetie. Hey, sweetie. I'm gonna tell y'all what just irritates me about the Kindle platform, and then I'm gonna get off live and harass sweetie for about 20 minutes. So look, I get it. Kindle wants to make sure you only use their stuff, right? And even with this, it doesn't make sense because what I'm about to show you guys on the Kindle app is also it's also true to um oh snap. I never signed in the Kindle on this tablet. All right. Oh, this makes zero sense. Sweetie would talk about me right now. She was here. I hope this tablet not dead because I haven't used it in a while. Nope, it's not dead. It's close though. Hold on, guys. So this is going to be true to not only like using Kindle on like your books tablets or whatever tablets. This really irritates me, guys. And if I'm using the Paperwhite signature, it's like the same situation. Don't tell anybody that I truly believe that the Gen 1 10.3 shows better with its Carter 1200 than the Manta. Don't tell anybody that, right? All right. Hold on, guys. Where am I going? This is what irritates me about Kindle. All right, cool. Now I'm in the Kindle app. Okay, I'm in the Kindle app. I'm on a e-ink tablet, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I have full access to our Kindle library here. You see all of Sweetie's novels that have all the sexy, flexy people on it. This thing hasn't synced in a while because I haven't used this Gen 1 10.3 in a while. But I'm gonna go to more. I can see my notebooks from the Kindle Scribe. So I have access to my notebooks from the Kindle Scribe, right? These are all the notebooks that are on the Scribe. I can't, I can view them. So I can view them, but I can't do anything with them. I can't even export them all. And that's the same thing with the Kindle Paperwhite signature. Why can't I do more than just view my notebook from the Kindle Scribe? Why can't I do anything more than just view a notebook from, if I'm on a Kindle Paperwhite signature, how come I can't go into my notebook and at least pull up like a text box to annotate? I can put text inside of my Kindle book on the Kindle Scribe. I mean the Kindle Paperwhite signature. Why can't I do that on the app as well? Why, if I want to, why can't I export that note from my 10.3? It makes no sense. It irritates the hell out of me. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me and ranting with me about my Kindle app issues. Mm. Thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. Thanks everybody who stopped by, from Sweetie, Javier, Sharon, Dave over at Tablet Tech. Thank you, Mitchell, for hanging out with me as long as you did. I appreciate Voya Loves 4.1.1. That I don't think that's the real Voya, but it would be so hilarious if that's his burner account. Um, on She Inc. Thank you for stopping by. I think I said Javier already. Everybody who stopped by, I appreciate you guys for stopping by and hanging out with me tonight. And I will see you guys probably on Saturday night. So definitely we'll see you guys on Saturday night. Well, hold on. Saturday's July 4th. Everybody's going to be barbecuing and drinking adult beverages. Sunday night. I'll see you guys on Sunday night, and look out for some more reviews. And like I said, make sure you guys check out the video with Ed and Mitchell talking about reMarkable mods and Supernote plugins. And I'll see you guys in a couple of days. Thanks.